Okay, gang, welcome back. I'm Dad06, and welcome back to my city. Today I wanted to do a brief talk about supplies and early ages, early eras, or in some setups, it's difficult to keep ahead of the supplies that you need to keep building goods and so on and so forth. So what I wanted to do is take a look at a couple of ways to keep track of your supplies and a couple of buildings that do real well for that. So first of all, as you can see down here, I've downloaded the FOE helper. I'm playing on my PC, so this stuff only applies if you're playing on a PC. If you're playing on your phone, a little bit tougher, but the information can still apply. You just can't do the FOE helper thing. Not on any app that I found so far, but at any rate, so if you download the helper and you click on this little icon down here, it says Production Overview. Displays your current daily production. So this will kind of tell you everything that you got going on in your city. As far as what you got for goods and all your production stuff. Okay. So click on that. It takes a minute to populate it, especially when your internet's running a little bit slow. Anyway, so here you can see that you've got all these little tabs up here. You got anything from fragments to attack and defense, crown points, diamonds. Anything? I got anything? No, I don't have anything that builds diamonds. It starts out at force points, obviously, because that's one of the more important parts of the game. But in this case, we want to talk about supplies. So let's look at here. Let's look at supplies. Okay. So, there's my daily production. There's the list of items that we do. So I'm ranking them alphabetically or based on daily production. I believe that's resorted the list by daily production. Yeah, there we go. I guess. Interesting. I'm looking at metals. Sorry. There we go. So here's my daily supply production. 1.8 million to 2.1091 million per day. As you can see, I got 877 million. It's not like I need them. But this will give you a good idea of some of the better buildings for constant supplies production without having to keep running production buildings. So you got like the Wisteria Windmill, okay? 27 to 54,000 in contemporary era. It's a fabulous building. Turns a ton. You got better ones. The Vibrant Autumn Vineyard at 508,000. Let's see. Let's rate it ranking by there. There we go. Okay. So the highest number at the bottom. Vibrant Autumn Vineyard. Pizzeria. One of those set type things. Kind of a minor thing. Phantom Tower conjunctions. Those things work great. The Truce Tower. Does a lot of supplies. Small buildings that you should be getting from the event. These little jumping pumpkins. I've got 3 of those babies. I don't know why it's only showing 2. Because I've got 3 of them. But anyway, there's the other one up there. 42,000. I don't know why those. Probably because these guys are motivated. I would guess. But anyway, 85,000 supplies a day. The Sun Temple. Small building that I believe you get from one of the settlements. I'm not a huge settlement guy, so I don't do a lot of them. As you can see, it dwindles down from there, but even 20,000 a piece from the House of the Wolf, which also gives you a lot of other good stuff. Olympic Treasury, build more of those, Jolie Canal, stuff like that. I mean, all of these just, normal buildings, that one being a great building, gives you reasonable supplies. Okay, so having some of those, not a bad idea. Let's roll this up real quick, and we'll look at a couple of these. Let's see. The top one was the Vibrant Autumn Vineyard, which was from the fall event, I think. Where is that baby? Right here. That's the Athlon Abbey Asian. Well, there's the sunflower oil press. 50,000 from the sunflower oil press. I've got at least one of those. In one of my cities, I've got two. There's the Vibrant Autumn Vineyard right there. Okay. So that thing gives 508,000 just unboosted. Plus, it gives 90 goods and a bunch of attack and defense. Or, I mean, attack for the defending army and the regular army. Gives a bunch of forge points too. Great building. If you've got the parts, build the damn thing. Make space and build it. It's a good building. These little jumping pumpkins down here, these are working great as little production buildings. Okay, so they also have some great. Less than Buccaneers Bay. The jumping pumpkin has some good attack and defense. They do need a road, but they're replacing. I'm replacing them in my other cities for the forge or the blacksmith. The little 2x2 blacksmiths that we all have to use for production because they take up only a tiny room. I'm replacing those with these things as I build them because that's fabulous having all that attack and defense on there as well as the supplies. And they do qualify for all the daily supplies. In fact, as I grow along, I might even start replacing my slave builders. One reason I keep the slave builders around is because they give me, they qualify for productions, but on a 24-hour production, I can get goods. So it's one of the best goods production buildings so far that I've seen. But there's lots of other little buildings that are giving us supply boosts. One of the buildings that we can do that gives us a great boost. Oh, not the market. Sorry. I need to go to inventory. If we look at the Forgotten Temple. The Forgotten Temple. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that thing gives us a 20% forge point collection boost. You want to consider having, what I've done here is I've saved up 3 of them. I did it on purpose so that way I can have one continuously and not run out, because they run out in 28 days and sometimes it's hard to get them filled back up or to get the pieces to build another one to keep it consistently going. So I let it go for a while. As you can see, I've got 155 frags, so I'll have the 4th one here this event or the end of this expedition, and then I'll go ahead and find a spot and build one and put that up for that forge point boost. There are other buildings that do supply boosts. Excuse me. Let's see if this thing will tell me. It doesn't really tell me what gives me boosts to my supplies. They're kind of a passive stat for various different buildings. But you want to start paying attention to all these weird little buildings that they're giving us, like the Arcane Tarot card. They're giving us a bunch of little odd updates for these things and boosts for these things that seem kind of weird to be. Like the Sun Temple. There's my little Sun Temple. Level 4 gives 82,000. Obviously there are a couple great buildings that do. I'm phasing out all of my Stage of Ages, so they're kind of irrelevant. What do we got there? That's the aging thing, the Azure Abbey. See, it gives 43,000 supplies there. as well as a bunch of other stuff. The Jolie Canal, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 30,000 there. I still have this thing around. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. I don't get very many diamonds out of it. 25 diamonds anymore isn't nothing, isn't much, and the goods and stuff, and it doesn't give you any other boosts for attack or defense. But it fits nicely with my water stuff down here, which I need. When you connect these guys in with the water stuff here, they all kind of connect together and looks pretty cool. I've done it in one of my other cities, and it looks kind of cool. So I'll be moving those guys around here pretty soon. But yeah, anyway, so grab the Forge, the FOE helper. Take a look at that. That'll help you see what buildings you have that do what. If you need coins, it'll tell you what buildings you have that do coins. All these little tree of patience and stuff, I'll be phasing those out pretty soon as I get more of the little fall event, little mushrooms and stuff like that. There's other little 1x1 or 2x2 buildings that you get more of, that you'll start phasing those out. But yeah, get over here into the supplies. Take a peek there, use the FOE helper, and take a peek what kind of buildings you can build, and start reading stats and start getting those parts for those various different buildings and do them up. Don't rely on just your production buildings to be able to do that. Okay, this jumping pumpkins, if you've got them, they are on a 24-hour turnaround. These ones in Contemporary area, on a 24-hour turnaround, those babies build like 86,000. That's a lot of supplies. You can do 1-hour things with these sleigh builders. I forget what the 1-hour turnaround is, or I'm sorry, 15-minute turnaround is 3,700 of them. So if you need a few of them and you have some sleigh builders available, you can use those. You can turn on a tavern boost, if I'm not mistaken. Supply boost right here. So you can turn on a boost in your tavern to get a 60% boost for 24 hours, and build up your production in supplies, as well as if you look in your inventory. There is a boost in there, 100% supply boost. Lasts for 8 hours. I've been known to use those if I need to collect supplies for a quest or something like that. I need to collect, 200,000 supplies or whatever, and then I'll run a couple 15-minute sleigh builders if I've got nothing better to do. So, you can run some of those to collect up supplies, and then if you've got plenty of these guys like I do, these little 30-minute supply rushes, you can use them. You combine your 100% supply boost there, along with your tavern boost and your supply rush, and rush your buildings a few times. Throw down a couple of, you're kind of defeating the purpose if you're throwing down some higher age production buildings, because you have those used supplies to build them and they take forever. The sleigh builders are nice because they build instantly, as do the little pumpkin dudes. Right? So, I think the blacksmiths only take 20 minutes or something, but they don't build a lot of supplies. They build hardly any. So I wouldn't rely on those. So as you can see, I don't have any on-purpose supply buildings, just because I don't need them. With all the stuff I've got going, I end up not needing them. So I don't have any residential buildings either. I don't have any goods production buildings. I don't even have right now. I don't even have any army buildings. So all I've got is my rogue den. So anyway, so as you kind of look at the stats of these other buildings, you can start to build up an idea of what you want to put down. Save your store buildings in your inventory, things in your inventory here. Save these guys. Get rid of that. And it's on. These frags and stuff get kind of crazy. There's so much. Okay, yeah, save these store buildings. Okay, save them up, save them up. Don't use them willy-nilly, because they're kind of handy. You know, you can put down a building, and then, you know, use it until you don't need it. I have a champions retreat that I do that with. I don't remember right here. I'm a champions retreat. When I run low on champions, I'll throw that thing out and, for a couple of days and let it build back up with my Alcatraz and do that. You can do that same thing with supply buildings. If you've got a couple of supply boost building type things, then use them, you know, and throw it down and build it up for, you know, using some other goodies and build up your supplies, and take a break on building anything for a few days and let them build up, and you know, use them like that. You get a certain amount, I believe, out of Expedition. Expedition has changed enough that I haven't paid a lot of attention. I don't pay a lot of attention to the rewards I get. I do know you get some out of Battlegrounds, so, you know, having a few troops and trying to get a few hits in daily in each of those areas will help pick up on that. You know, making sure watch your antiques dealer, because he'll have stuff on sale. Okay, for 1,600 tokens, I can buy 720,000 supplies if I need to. Okay, he'll a lot of times have these supply boosts for sale. Grab one of those if you don't have any. Always try to keep one or two of those in your inventory, and you know, so you can use them. Keep them things rolling every 8 hours. Stuff like that. So, and look around a little bit, and you know, I'll try to start putting short videos up highlighting individual buildings as they come out, like real quickies, like 2-minute ones, saying, hey, this is pretty cool, this one does that, this one does that. And I'm also working on a spreadsheet that'll allow me to sort them out and stuff like that, all the buildings in the game, well, that I'm aware of anyway. So, and kind of rank them, so I can show you what buildings I have down and why. You know, why did I get rid of my bakery buildings in exchange for my Vibrant Autumn Vineyard? You know, I have a scoring system that I use, and you know, that helps to decide what buildings I want and don't want. You know, you'll see that a lot of people have you know, those victory plazas down, and because they give a bit of a boost. I don't have any of them. I hate them. You can see in my inventory I got rid of my Wonder Wheel because it's not as good a scorer as other buildings. So I have all my buildings down on purpose. I analyze them to see which ones I want, and I have the things that are important to me for the game. You know, supplies and coins right now at this point in my game are not important. It's attack and defense for both the regular army and city army that's important to me. So I identified my goals, and then I get buildings that help boost that and do that. So any questions, post them in the comments and let me know what kind of things I can answer for you. I'm just kind of do these videos on, you know, on a whim, and hopefully they help somebody. But, you know, if it's helpful or not, let me know, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay, thanks for listening to me for almost 20 minutes. I ramble too much, but hopefully you find these things helpful. We'll see you around.